You are sitting in a hospital room somewhere in the United States. Outside the window, the city is quiet. Inside the room, everything has changed. A newborn baby lies beside you. For millions of immigrant families, this moment carries a belief that has existed for generations. If a child is born in the United States, that child is automatically an American citizen. For more than a century, this idea has shaped immigration law and the lives of countless families. But recently, headlines and legal discussions have raised a question that many parents are now asking. Could birthright citizenship ever change? Is a child born in the United States always guaranteed citizenship under the law? Or could new legal challenges eventually reshape how this rule is interpreted? Today we are going to break down what the law actually says, what the courts have ruled, and why the topic of birthright citizenship is once again being discussed across the country. My name is Hostname, and on this channel we explain immigration laws, legal rights and policy updates so immigrants can better understand the system and avoid unnecessary confusion. Because immigration law can often sound complicated. But when we slow down and examine the legal foundations, the principles become much easier to understand. To begin understanding birthright citizenship, we need to go back to one of the most important moments in American constitutional history. In the year 1868, the United States ratified the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. This amendment was created during the Reconstruction era after the Civil War. Its purpose was to define citizenship clearly and guarantee equal protection under the law. At the center of the amendment is one powerful sentence. It states, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States." This single sentence became the constitutional foundation of birthright citizenship. For generations, the legal interpretation has been simple. If you are born on U.S. soil, you are a U.S. citizen. However, legal interpretation in constitutional law often depends on court decisions that clarify how the Constitution should be applied. And one of the most important cases in this area came before the United States Supreme Court in 1898. The case was known as United States versus Wong Kim Ark. Wong Kim Ark was born in San Francisco to Chinese immigrant parents who were not U.S. citizens. At the time, Chinese immigration laws were extremely restrictive, and the government argued that Wong Kim Ark should not automatically receive citizenship. The case eventually reached the Supreme Court. The court examined the language of the 14th Amendment and the historical meaning of citizenship. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court ruled that Wong Kim Ark was indeed a U.S. citizen because he was born on American soil. This ruling established a powerful precedent. It confirmed that birthright citizenship applied broadly to children born in the United States, even if their parents were immigrants. For more than a century, this interpretation has remained one of the strongest foundations of American citizenship law. Yet from time to time, legal scholars, lawmakers, and political leaders have debated whether the meaning of the 14th Amendment could ever be interpreted differently. The key phrase in the amendment is, "subject to the jurisdiction thereof." Some critics argue that this phrase should be interpreted more narrowly. They claim it might exclude certain categories of individuals. Others argue that historical context and legal precedent make the meaning of the amendment very clear. Under their interpretation, anyone born within the United States is subject to its laws and therefore qualifies for citizenship. These legal debates occasionally appear in policy discussions, political proposals, and academic legal arguments. However, it is extremely important to understand the difference between legal debate and actual changes in the law. As of today, the Supreme Court precedent established in Wong Kim Ark remains a cornerstone of U.S. constitutional law. Children born in the United States continue to receive citizenship under the 14th Amendment. For immigrant families, this distinction is extremely important. Sometimes headlines or social media posts can create the impression that birthright citizenship is about to change immediately, but constitutional law moves very slowly. Major legal changes require either new Supreme Court rulings or constitutional amendments. Both processes involve years of legal arguments, court proceedings, and national debate. This is why many constitutional experts emphasize that the legal framework supporting birthright citizenship is deeply rooted in both constitutional text and historical precedent. Organizations such as the American Civil Liberties Union and many constitutional scholars often point out that the 14th Amendment was written with a broad understanding of citizenship. They argue that the amendment was specifically designed to prevent the government from denying citizenship to people born in the United States. At the same time, immigration law continues to evolve in other areas. Visa policies, border enforcement strategies, and immigration procedures can change as new laws and regulations are introduced. Because of this, immigrants and international families often hear a wide range of legal discussions and policy proposals. Understanding which discussions represent real legal changes and which are simply political debates is essential. Another important point to remember is that citizenship for a child born in the United States is legally separate from the immigration status of the parents. A child may be a US citizen while the parents remain in a different immigration category. This distinction has existed in immigration law for many decades. It is one reason why immigration law can sometimes seem complex. Citizenship law, visa law, and residency law all operate within the same system, but follow different legal rules. Because of this complexity, immigration experts often encourage families to stay informed about legal developments. Between now and 2030, immigration policies and enforcement systems may continue evolving in many areas. Technological changes, court rulings, and new legislation can all influence how immigration systems operate. But constitutional law, especially amendments that define citizenship, tends to remain stable unless a major legal transformation occurs. For immigrant families raising children in the United States, understanding these legal foundations can provide peace of mind. Knowing what the Constitution actually says helps separate rumors from reality. That is also one of the reasons this channel exists. Our goal is to explain immigration laws clearly and help families understand how the system really works. Whenever important immigration news or legal updates appear, we analyze the facts and explain what they mean in practical terms, because accurate information is the best protection against confusion and misinformation. If you want to stay informed about immigration law changes, court decisions, and policy updates, you can also join our official Immigration Updates WhatsApp channel. Whenever major immigration developments occur, we share updates directly with our community. Click the WhatsApp link in the description below to join our official WhatsApp channel and receive the latest immigration alerts directly on your phone. It takes only a few seconds, and it helps ensure you always stay informed about important immigration news. Before we finish today's video, remember one important idea. Immigration law is built on legal principles that have developed over many decades. When people understand those principles, they are better equipped to navigate the system with confidence. If this video helped clarify how birthright citizenship works under the current constitutional framework, consider sharing it with friends or family members who might benefit from this information. Many immigrant families hear conflicting information about citizenship laws. Sharing accurate explanations can help others understand their rights. And if you want more clear breakdowns of immigration rules, visa updates, and legal developments, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Understanding the law helps you stay informed, stay confident, and protect your future. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.